LEDs and dimmers. Welcome back to Pushing Technology to the Limit. As of spring 2016, I've had dimmers installed on these GE lights here, and there's two on the other side. These have goosenecks. Sorry for the bright light, it might be too sharp on your video, but that's due to these sharp lights. So, today I'm going to be installing some new ones. These are the GE dimmers, and they are LED compliant. Now, these two dimmers are not LED. They're only incandescent. When I bought the package, it just had an incandescent symbol on it. I'm going to show you what the package looks like for the LED dimmer switch. So here is the box, unopened. Actually, I got a slight complaint about these boxes. Who ever designed this box has never opened one. It's childproof. It's almost knife-proof. I almost had to use a chainsaw on this thing just to get it open. So here, I want to show you. I'm going to walk closer and show you the symbol. So right on this package, it'll show you the incandescent bulb, the CFL, and the LED bulb. Now it might be a little bit too shiny in here because of these lights. So you're asking me what happens when you run a standard incandescent dimmer on these bulbs? Right now it is dark outside, so we can do the test. I'll turn this one down. I gotta turn off the other one so you can actually see the test. The picture might get quite dark in here, but that's just because I shut off the other lights. So if I turn it down, and I can't get it to go all the way down, and it comes right back on sharp. So about the only thing I can get, as far as I can get down with this light bulb, is that far. I might be able to tweak it a little bit more. Nope. And see, and if the electricity just fluxes just so, it shuts it right off. So now I got the bulb at the light I want. It's just right in here. I know it looks pretty black on the television, but I don't know if you can see it, but it's blinking in here. Now the other thing I have found really kind of annoying with this light is if I have it on the same circuit as the household lights or anything that's heavy duty, it will actually make these lights flicker. Now I actually have it unplugged from the one circuit I had plugged into earlier, but it will just automatically just flick. And sometimes it will just shut it off at this level. So you can kind of see how it's shaking in the video a little bit. And sometimes it will just shut right off. And if I stay here long enough, it would go dark. So now I'll turn on the other lights and you'll see, whoops, that one just shut off automatically. See what I mean? It will not stay on. So now if I turn on the other lights that are on the other side of the room, it will shut this one off. Well, not quite for some reason. But so if I just shut the switch off, it won't come back on. Well, for some reason it let's see here. When I tested it earlier off the screen, and when I've been using it for all spring here, it would never come back on. Now all these lights are dim in here. They're about 40 watts. I'm going to shut the power off on I got a master switch here for the dimmers. I'm not using the dimmers have switches in it, but I don't use those. Alright, so now I shut them both off, or all of them off, with one switch. Sometimes they'll come on, sometimes they will not. Now I switch it down again, it won't come on. So it's really weird how this works. Now since you see the problem with the dimmers, I'm going to install the new GE and we'll go from there and see if that actually works. This is the first time I installed the GE dimmers. So let's get started. Right now I got everything pretty much apart. I just got to unmount the switches. So now it is time to see if this dimmer works better than the Lithium dimmer switch. So now it's off, but the circuit's plugged in. Now that's just on. That's just the first. This one just has to, you have to turn it on by rotating the knob. So that's as dim as this light bulb will go, no farther. So now you can dim it up, and there's your light. But these only go to a point, and then they just shut off. I mean, you just shut the switch off. But these actually come on now, and they don't blink. Not too bad, but you're just not going to get them down like an incandescent bulb did. And it's alright. So basically I'm going to install the other dimmer, and I don't have to worry about the lights blinking or flicking or anything like that. But we can test it into my other circuit now, and I'll show you the other dimmer flicking on and off with a piece of equipment coming on. I have a backup receptacle that goes down cellar, and that one seems to be iffy with the other brand that's not GE. Alright, so now I have the LEDs plugged into my backup receptacle, which goes into a UPS system. So I'm going to turn on my computer monitors, and you can watch to see if they flick. Alright, so they still do flick on the one I just installed for that dimmer, or the ones over here on the other side of the room that still have the old dimmer in it. So that doesn't fix that problem. So if I turn all the LED lights off except for the one, and it's turned all the way down as far as it can go before it's actually off, it will still function kind of weird. See, it just still shut off even on that new, I don't know what it is, it's weird. But it just will not stay lit if there's a big load for some reason. Now, a lot of you are going to just have these installed in your household lighting, but I do not. I just have them installed in over my table and on some temporary structures in this room. So I don't need to have it installed with a regular box. That's why it's on a temporary box sitting on my table. So that you could, so I could. So I hope that makes your decision whether to buy a LED dimmer or to stick with the old incandescent dimmers. I think I might just put the old one back in because this one's, the GE, is not really worth it. Because I am still having the same issue with the GE and the original one that I put in, Leviathan or whatever brand that was that I have. And I'm going to save myself a couple of bucks. Well, actually I can't say couple. The ones I bought were $6. And you can probably get it, well, I don't know about any electrical store, but my electrical store that I bought the original ones from did not have GE, but Walmart did. But I really hate the packing on those switches. Even the ones that I bought from the other electrical supply center that I got them from, they were just as tough. Except for that this brand that I originally bought had a little perforated back, so I could rip it open and pop it out, so I didn't have to use my chainsaw to get the package open like I had to do with these GEs. So that's just my test for you guys to decide what you want to do in your own home. But I'd say if they work fine, don't mess with them. Because actually I'm going to put my setup back to where it was, so I don't have to have these GE dimmers. Anyhow, that's another episode of Pushing Technology to the Limit. See you here next time.